Welcome back. Antiwar.com is an outlet with a viewpoint. David DeCamp publishes there, and he recently wrote a piece suggesting that an extended campaign of strikes against Iran could have the opposite effect of denuclearization. David DeCamp is the news editor at Antiwar News, and he joins me now. David, we're just getting this information that President Trump has secured a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Your reaction?
This is good news if it's true. It's hard at this point to believe these overtures toward peace, just based on what we've seen over the past few weeks. President Trump saying that they wanted negotiations with Iran, saying that he was committed to a diplomatic solution when he was aware that Israel was about to attack Iran. And then we just saw him the other day say that, he's going to decide within 2 weeks, and then he goes ahead and bombs Iran a few days later. And we've learned from media reports that that was a head fake, as some sources are calling it. So these reports are very initial. I'm hoping that there's truth to them and that there is peace here. Yeah, I think if Trump really wants peace.
I've questioned whether or not Israel is really focused on denuclearization or regime change. What do you see as their goals?
I think it's pretty clear that regime change is the goal here. As we've seen, the nuclear issue was obviously a pretext for these attacks. We had U.S. intelligence say that there was no evidence Iran decided to make a nuclear weapon. And this was reaffirmed in March by Tulsi Gabbard, and then by a series of media reports and sources that I trust. And we've seen the rhetoric from Netanyahu that he believes if they take out the Ayatollah, the conflict will be over. So I think it's clear that that is the ultimate goal. And a reminder that Netanyahu was a major proponent of taking out Saddam Hussein, something that he claimed would have positive reverberations in the region. And that turned out obviously not to be true.
What does your analysis indicate would happen in Iran if the Ayatollah were killed?
It's tough to say. I mean, he's named a successor. What we've actually seen in Iran is what you call a rally around the flag moment. And even people who are opponents of the ruling government, of the regime, are very opposed to this Israeli bombing campaign and the U.S. bombing campaign. So I don't think just taking out the Ayatollah, who's 86 years old, who I'm sure has been planning for his succession for a long time, would result in regime change.
I'm sort of wondering if the Soleimani killing and this event create kind of a new Trump doctrine, which is over the horizon, stick and move, mowing the grass. If proxy forces get too high, you do a limited strike, go home. You see a nuclear program that you're worried is getting too sporty, you zap that and go home. Do you think that that is a sustainable foreign policy doctrine?
No, I think what's happened here is that President Trump allowed himself to be led into this war by Israel. And as long as he gives Israel unconditional support and doesn't drop them, as Tucker Carlson has suggested, we're going to keep finding ourselves involved in these conflicts in the Middle East. I think the way forward is to make Israel make peace in Gaza, and the U.S. has the ability to do that by leveraging military aid. Is Trump really willing to cut the military aid? Because that's what it's going to take.
David DeCamp publishes at Antiwar News, and we're glad to have you on the program to share your viewpoint.
Thanks, Matt.